Garrett had a question that we were talking about before the air, and he was wanting to ask a customer, because it's when we start a podcast, a lot of times people are like, how do you start, right? What do you go into? And he had a question. What was it, Garrett?
Who the hell are you, and why should we care?
Oh, man, that was a great question. You shouldn't care, right? Like, I'm somebody, if I come in your life, if you care for me, you care for me. If you don't, you don't, right? And I'm going to live my life, and I think the people that come in and stay are the people I'm supposed to get to know and get to be around and share my joy and my love with. And people who come and go are the people who come and go. So I'm Shaq Thompson from California, Sacramento. Grew up, 4 brothers, single parent household, played football my whole life, put all my eggs in one basket. And it panned out to where I played 10 years in Carolina.
It's a pretty
Was
good
it 10?
basket.
I thought it was 8 years. 10 years?
10 years.
No shit.
Yep.
You were right.
I got the last 2.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, man. Now, so Shaq came up here, got his truck worked on at the Sunstoppers, and we were shooting a podcast, and I said, come on back here. I didn't even know who you were.
At all.
Not even the clue.
Oh.
And most of the athletes I meet, I don't even know, because I don't have time to watch sports.
Oh, for
and
sure.
You came in, I was like, this cat's pretty cool. We hit it off, and we've been chatting and getting to know you, man. You are a beautiful man. Like,
I appreciate
your
that.
heart, the things that come out of your mouth, family first, family. I just want to take care of my family, my kids, and your health, and the things that you're doing. I mean, you know, a lot of perception of athletes are wrong, you know, in my opinion. I've met a ton of athletes in my career. I mean, I've been tinting windows in Charlotte for 36 years, and there was only one Mercedes dealership when I first started, and everybody that played for the Hornets or the Panthers came and got a car there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I met a lot of them, and the younger ones, you know, kind of wanted to live that young lifestyle a little bit fast and you know, kind of.
Yep.
But everything I've heard out of your mouth is all about investment, where I'm going next, you know, your business mindset, putting your family first. And I was just very impressed when I first met you about how level-headed you are.
Yeah. I mean, it just comes from the struggle, just probably what I've been through. But I wasn't always like that, right? Like, I was one of those young guys who wanted that, like, your fast life. But it quickly set in for me, you know what I mean? Especially, I got a wife, and now she's my wife. She's my girlfriend for 10, 11 years.
Wow.
So she's my wife now. So
She played one game too.
No doubt. No doubt. She's a real trooper for that one. Real trooper. So, but mainly for her, right? Like, I had her a lot in my corner, and she was always the one that was just boosting me and keeping me going and stuff like that through the ups and downs and the hard times. And she was always there for me. So I just always had somebody to lean on, you know?
Did you actually enjoy playing football?
I enjoy it. I love it.
I see. We were just talking about that because Micah was on here earlier. I was doing a podcast, and he started talking about Wingate College, and he did his first video for football, and he won some award. Micah, what'd you win? Some award? SVG award, and it was like
I paid attention.
And he only spent $20 making this video, but he went to an award show in Atlanta, and he was at Wingate College, and he played baseball there.
Yeah.
But he was doing a video, and he lit up like a little Christmas tree, just talking about his first video. Man, I was doing this, and it was all.
No, for sure. I mean, that's what happens. Like, when you really love something, right, and your passion is really into it, like, you speak about it, and that just, you see the joy just pop out of people, right? Like,
a lot of what I found with sports and athleticism and athletes in general, it's the locker room. You miss the locker room when you're not playing. You miss your team. You miss cutting up. You miss you know, that kind of atmosphere. Because I played sports, and all I can tell you is, you know, years later, I'm 52 years old. You're 30, so you got a long way to go. I miss the camaraderie in the locker room. You know, the game is great, you know, but you do the work on in the off season, and you're out there sweating and hitting each other and making each other better. And the game's the fun thing, you know. But tell me a locker room experience that you've had that is memorable to you.
Man, I think the best year, of course, was 2015, right? Like, the year I got drafted. And the funny thing is, like, we used to watch. I knew nothing about Carolina. Like, I'm from the West Coast.
Right.
I know nothing about the West Coast. Right. I know everything about the West Coast, nothing about the East Coast, what's over there or anything. Right. And so we just kept watching, like, Carolina film. My linebacker coach was I went to the University of Washington, and he was a big, like, Luke Kuechly, Thomas Davis fan, and we used to always watch their highlights and stuff like that. And came out and got drafted, and I was like, damn, I'm really about to get drafted and play with Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis. Like, I literally watched them for the whole season, the whole year, and just
in college.
In college, and I'm just like, man, this is a dream come true. And so when I got in there, it was welcoming. Everybody. It was a veteran type of team, player-led team. Head coach was cool, Ron Rivera. He was a great man. But those guys you could just tell like the whole locker room was together before I got there. Like,
They had to haze you a little bit.
no, there was no hazing.
There was no hazing?
Rivera did not play that.
Really?
No.
Come on, man.
No,
It was a
Rivera,
team atmosphere first, because once you
Yes.
get into hazing, you get into individualism.
Like I heard stories of the rookies coming in and all the players would leave their jerseys and
Yeah,
equipment.
back in the day.
They did.
Like we used to carry the helmets,
Yeah,
carry the pads,
yeah.
like stuff like that. Like
I'm surprised you don't have washing the car of like.
no, we don't gotta wash the car. You know what I mean? Not getting tied up to a goalpost. You know what I mean? The hair shaved, like none of that. I remember. So my brother got drafted in 2010, and he went to the Denver Broncos. And back then, they were able to haze.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they wanted to throw him in the cold tub and chop his dreads off. And my brother was like, "Nah, we're gonna have to fight for this one."
They didn't cut it off, did they?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
no,
I was
no.
about to say that
he
takes
went
too
in the
long.
cold tub though, I believe. But it's just like nah.
And now cold plunge is like the cool thing.
right?
Yeah.
Right back then.
I even told my girlfriend, I said, when we build an addition in the backyard, we're putting in a gunite hot tub, but right next to it, we're going to do the cold plunge.
that'd be cool, so
And
you
so
can
we
go back
just,
and forth.
yeah. I don't need a pool, man. I don't
outdoors is fire
that.
though.
Yeah, we'll have a fire pit and all that. It'd be cool. It's in the works.
Why no pool? You want to go for a nice little swim?
The problem with pools, you have to clear too much space, and they take up a lot of maintenance, a lot of time. The pumps. I mean, here's the thing: what are you going to use every night? I mean, every couple of days. I get in a hot tub.
Yeah,
like if I'm going to go in a hot tub, get about 15, 20 minutes in the hot tub right before I go to bed. In the morning, I'll wake up. I can walk out in the hot tub. And pools take a lot of maintenance, and then you're going to be all out there by yourself. So next thing you know, you got to have people over your house. Then I got to be buying more, margarita mix. And then I got to buy, I don't want all these people over my damn.
Simplify it. Nobody comes over.
Hey, listen, my hot tub's for me, and
One person hot tub.
Exactly. Maybe two. But no, it's all good. So what's next for you, man? You're not with the Panthers right now. You got hurt last year,
Yep.
and you've been doing a lot of rehab. You still look like you could freaking go into MMA tomorrow and kill somebody. Like you're still built really, really jack. I mean, you're working out. You're doing a lot of off-season type stuff.
Yeah, right now. So injury history, I got hurt last 2 years. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm gonna let go. And I understand. I've been in the league for 10 years, and it's business, right? You got to be available. Not available, you got to get going. So I understand, and they want to go younger. Nothing but respect. But I still got a couple of years left in me. You know what I mean? You just seen the joy when you just brought up football. My eyes just lit up. So you see that passion, that energy still in there. So I definitely can't go out on an injury base. I can't let injuries just end my career, right? I want to go out on my terms. And, you know what I mean? I'm trying to push for three to 4 more years. You know what I mean? If I get 5,
we were talking before we got on the air, and I was like, when do I get you in the gym? I want to work out with you.
Yeah, right.
And the reason why is I've been through a lot of injuries in my life, and I do a lot of mobility type training with bands. And, I did the old football workouts where it's, squats, deadlifts, it's, shoulder press, bench press, and all this traditional type stuff. But if you see the athlete today, man, it's nutrition, yoga.
They're doing Pilates.
And all that.
Yeah.
Everything is and
MMA fighting.
Yeah, and I can tell you what, swimming, MMA, breathing. Herschel Walker was one of my idols, and my dad went to Georgia, University of Georgia, and so we grew up having to watch Georgia football.
Yeah.
Well, Herschel ended up going to the Cowboys, which I'm a Cowboy fan, and he was doing ballet. And all he did was push-ups and like traditional type workouts. And then I looked after he retired from the NFL a couple years later, he was doing MMA. Yeah, and I'm
crazy.
like, he's a beast, man.
Yeah,
I love
crazy.
that guy. Like really good.
When you were talking about that, there's a horrible movie called The Tooth Fairy with Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and he makes fun of this girl doing ballet, and he's got the hot story, the instructor, and she's like, "You should come do a class." He goes, I don't need that. I'll be fine." And about 30 minutes in, he's barely able to take a sip of water.
Yeah.
That's just exactly what I imagine.
I think the very first time I ever did yoga, I was sitting there. My biggest fear for doing yoga was I was going to fart.
Something to squeeze out.
I think it was my biggest fear is I was going to be bending over. It's going to be
Like, what the hell? Who did that?
But all these
especially if it's a hot yoga though,
right?
And it's over.
Oh,
my gosh!
And with some protein powder, you don't want protein powder and some gas in a yoga studio, bro.
So I got a question for Shaq. So we were talking about being young, being drafted, you get that first, big check, and you're like, okay, cars, whatever, place, clothes, everything like that. Everybody assumes that. Everybody's seen the show Ballers, right? Mm-hmm. So now you've, I'll say tenured. I won't say seasoned. I'll say tenured in the NFL. What does one do to then diversify? Because obviously, there is an NFL pension. I don't know what it's like. But you have your contracts. What does one do once you get out of that mindset? What does one do to diversify themselves?
It just depends on what you want to do in life, right? And where you want to go. If you want to work, or if you made enough money to where you don't got to work. So I guess it just depends on how much money you made in your career, right? I think everybody's avenue is different, and everybody's time in the league is different. Everybody's money in the league is different. So I guess it depends on how many years have you done. If you have to go back into that workforce, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's the biggest thing. I think that's the biggest thing with diversity is just depending on where you at in your career and when you exit, right? It depends on what you could do with your life or what you want to do with your life, right? And most guys, if you do your money right, invest right, you don't have to work, right? You see a lot of guys go golfing and being in these country clubs and
like
broadcasting.
Every damn,
you know what I mean?
But I mean, Shaquille O'Neal, I mean, to Papa John's and to own all these different. I mean, now he's got those, but he's also now he's a shareholder. He's actually on the board.
Yeah. He's different.
But he's different.
But
different.
He made enough money to not have to work.
Yeah,
but that's different too, because basketball is more guaranteed, right?
See,
so
but
football
is
not. So
this is true.
And their connections are probably go way deeper than.
So talk about guarantee for a second.
Than football. What do you mean about
guarantee? So everybody hears about these big contracts. So and so got a 4-year contract for $100 million, but 10 of it's guaranteed. Right. What does that actually mean?
It means like what you just said. So if I sign a 4-year, $100,000 or $100 million deal, the number that really matters is the guarantee number. Mm-hmm. So it could be really 4 for 100, but you're only getting 65.
Got it.
Right, but it looks good on paper that it's $100 million, but you're really only making 65.
Well, another thing is, talk about this if you don't mind. You have an agent.
Yep.
Okay. Agent gets a fee.
3%. Depending on what agent, but top is 3%.
How did you pick your agent?
He was damn near like family, to be honest with you. So my older brother went through the process before I went through it. He's about 7 years older than me. And
who did he play with?
He played with the Broncos.
Okay.
He went to the University of Berkeley. So he went through that process, and when he signed with him, they just always came back to the house, show love to my mom, show love to us, and stuff like that. So at that point, it was just like, man, and when I make it, this is who I want to sign with.
What does an agent do? He
really just negotiates the contracts.
And that's
and picks the teams, you know what I mean?
So real estate agent. They negotiate the price. They tell you what house you should get.
That's really it. And
he's a real estate agent.
Yes, basically.
And you're the real estate.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So
and he shop
that's
really
sure. About it. You know what I mean? But they get their percentage.
Now, when you start to go from college, because there wasn't NIL money in college. Mm-hmm. You weren't allowed to get any money. Now you can. And you go to the NFL. Does the NFL or the team put you in touch with like financial advisors or any of those type of people? Do you have meetings where it says, hey guys?
That's what your agent's for.
Did he do that?
Did my agent? Yes, my agent did all that. He set up financial advisor meetings.
Got
he
it.
Set up,
so they do more than just.
Yeah, they do more than just contracts.
Right.
You know what I mean? They do a lot of stuff in the back end, try to get you deals, try to get you brand deals, try to get you signed with this, try to get you signed with that. You know what I mean? Try to get you free stuff and stuff like that. So they do a whole bunch of just signing contracts. You know what I mean?
Does the Panthers have a deal with like the shoe? You have a shoe company, or you can pick whatever shoes?
You can, but the whole league is sponsored by Nike.
The whole league is?
Yes.
Okay. So you have to wear Nikes?
Yes, but if you're sponsored by Adidas, you can wear Adidas.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Was there money there? I mean, because I look at basketball, and these dudes make more damn money off the shoe contract than they do playing in the NBA.
See, that's the difference with, you see their faces every time, right? So you see them. With football players, you got to be like a star in order. You got to be like the face.
Is that why you grew your hair out? So you can be noticed?
You know what I mean? So I can be noticeable out there. But like football players, we always got helmets on. So it was like, you can walk by and be like, if you watch football, like, you may know if you watch football. But if not, you just walk by and just like, but a basketball player, of course, they're tall, but you be like, oh, that's so-and-so. You know what I mean?
Right. It's like when I met you, I didn't know. I mean,
It
you
was
just like a
perfect.
cool cat coming in
See,
here.
I enjoy that. Like you walk by me, nobody, hey, perfect. We can have a perfect conversation. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
we start talking
No
business
pretense.
and
Yeah, right. 'Cause
You know-
people
Yeah.
really.
I mean that's the thing I'm interested in is picking your brain on some ideas. But like I'm around a lot of entrepreneurs, business owners, and things. And you said you were looking at the diversifying in a couple years, getting into some businesses. And one thing that I see is that people that have a certain lifestyle or things that other people want, they can get taken advantage of very quickly.
Mhm.
And so I've been taken advantage of 1,000 times, and I just write it off as a learning experience and say, shit, I'm not going to let that happen again.
Exactly.
Next time I'm going to get something on writing, I'm going to get something in paper, and I'm going to make sure I'm in control.
Yep.
You give up control, and then that's when you lose everything.
Yep.
But no, I just wanted to. I know we've had a lot of conversations on the phone about diversifying income and finding different revenue sources and things like that. Buying businesses.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people out there that need help.
The fries.
The fries. You like that one, didn't you? You like that one, didn't you?
Oh my gosh,
He
this
loves
metaphor.
He fucking
This metaphor.
We were talking on the phone one night. And I was told my little nows. He goes, man, I love that. So just keep it simple, man. Just get a couple of fries from everybody, man. If you walk up to the cafeteria and you say, hey, can I have a couple of fries? Like, yeah, but if I take the whole damn thing, that's fighting words, right?
No, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Tell me right
I
now.
give that example, by the way, to all my friends.
Do you?
Yes. They love it.
Really?
They love it.
My man. Where's my royalty, bro? Where's my royalty? I need
Where's my fry?
I need 1%.
Where's my fry?
1%. No, so tell me right now, I know this is going to be like a silly question, but when you first got a little bit of cash, where you actually had a little coin in the bank, tell me the first car you bought. Like, why? Tell me what you been dreaming of. Like, hey, I just got my first check. I'm going to go buy me a car. What'd you buy?
It was bad. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like,
What'd you buy?
it wasn't like something crazy. It was just the amount of cars I went through.
Did you buy a Chevelle? Did you
Man after my own heart.
Did you buy anything old?
No, I didn't buy nothing
car
old.
guy.
It was all new. You know what I mean? It was
man?
like
Old.
And because I was young.
It's true.
You know what I mean? And what I seen in the in our car lot was just like inspiration, motivation. You know what I mean? You seen the Rolls Royces, you see the Lambos, you see.
You should have pulled up
You
a
know what I
Honda
mean? You
Accord,
seen
man.
that.
You should have just pulled
I
up a
know.
little Honda Accord.
I did 1 year. I did buy a Honda Accord, beige.
Did you really?
Yeah, it's back in Sacramento.
Yeah?
My brother still has it.
I love it. What was the first car?
The first car that I bought, I think it was an R8.
Nice.
What color?
It was black.
Nice.
All
Are your cars black?
Majority of them until that the gray, Arabian gray started coming out. Then they were
Nardo grays.
Nardo grays,
Yeah.
and all
Yeah.
those type of grays.
Mercedes
You know
is
what I mean?
Arabian.
If
Yeah,
you could go
yeah.
back and rebuy one car that you had, which one?
Rebuy,
Like you say,
I would probably say my Mercedes S550.
really?
Yes,
That you like that?
I've
car?
got a white one.
I love that car.
No shit.
Yeah.
What, you felt like an old man driving it?
Nah, well, I had it wrapped like a gray. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just before all these fancy grays came
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. I had it gray. Then like on the side of it, I had it say Secret Service. Like very small, very small. You know what I mean? So like if you walk by, you see the detail of it. Had some nice shoes on it, nice rims, and it was pimp. You know
That's
what I
what's
mean?
up.
Like, and one of my coaches was like, man, whose car is this outside? It says Secret Service. Man, that shit is nice. And my head is just like, it's mine. You know what I mean? So
Mike makes fun of me because I have a 2015.
that was the year. Yep.
And
2015. Yep.
Piece of junk.
That was nice.
In
car.
my opinion,
Smooth.
in my
he
opinion,
made fun of me, and he wrote it, and he goes, "Okay, I get it.
here's the thing.
I
That
get
was
it."
my first Mercedes though.
So I started tinting windows early on in my career, and I was in house at a place called Beck Mercedes, which is on Independence where Hendrick is, but it was over in the other building.
Yeah.
I had a tint shop inside the Mercedes, and I was working on those cars like 14s, 15s all the damn time, right? And they were having electrical issues, and then everybody that drove them damn things were like the 60-year-old
So-
bankers, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's like I was out at dinner with one of my really dear friends. I love these guys. They're from Mahwah, New Jersey. Danik and Mike, if they're listening, what's up? We were down in Miami, and we were at the Miami Beach at honey. What was that hotel we usually stay at? The one hotel in Miami. And rooftop pool, like all bougie, like
Yeah.
$1,000 a night. Luckily, I had enough Amex points to get
for
there.
sure.
And so I'm walking in, and we go out to dinner, and Mike is he's younger. They're a lot younger than me, and they're all about their watches, right? And they have the Rolexes, they have the APs, they have all their cool watches, right? And I had a couple. And Mike's over there showing off his solid gold Rolex. I'm talking all gold, gold on gold Rolex. And I said, man, how's your 87 Corvette doing over there? And it, and it was, or 95. No, I said exactly. I said, your C6 Corvette. I think I said the C6. Then Audrey, I said, how's your C6 doing right there? I said, if you can get up to a C8 every once in a while. Because when I look at the solid gold Rolex, I was thinking Ric Flair. I'm thinking like the old, I'm just looking at that watch. Like, I look at 60, 70-year-old men wearing an all gold Rolex, right? He's like 35, chilling, flexing. It's all gold, but it was cool. But and
did you check his socks to see if they're white and started rising up? I
saw him 2 weeks ago, and I said, "You still got?" Nah, I traded that watch. I got another one.
Steel, probably.
Right.
Probably got steel.
Nah, he wears. They all wear APs. They only wear APs now. And they all have these like crazy rubber bands, so they'll buy a cool watch and they'll be
color.
Like be white, neon green, yellow. They'll just be wearing all these.
Change the band.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you do it.
That is how you do it. Change the band.
Save money.
Exactly. Is there a statistic or anything like how many athletes actually play college football?
I mean,
is that something you can look up, Garrett?
Yeah.
Because I was sitting there thinking about how many make it to the NFL?
You got to think about it. Around like 1,200, maybe.
1,200 make it to the NFL?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
What I'm saying is, how many college football players are there that actually, percentage-wise, make it to play in the NFL?
You got to think at there's probably max 100 per team.
Okay, but you have two squads though. You have your starting squad, then you have a practice squad. Is that right?
Yeah, you got your
77,000 college football players in the NCAA.
Yeah, let's see how many make it to the league.
Yeah, what is it?
Division I is 190,000 student athletes, and that's just total, I guess. NCAA football players in 2023, more than 11,000 entered transfer portal across all divisions.
I was just curious.
So you said 77,000
play college football
from Division I all the way to 8 and whatever it goes to.
Yeah,
that's wild.
77,000.
And watch how many people actually make it.
Yeah, you're very rare.
1.6% of NCAA football players secure a spot.
You're in the 1%, bro.
That's wild.
1%?
That's as of September of 24.
That's wild. And out of that 1%, who makes it past like year 3?
Do you want to know their eye color too?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Please.
I'm serious, man. I mean, most of NFL, like, how long is an NFL career normally? 4 years?
3.5.
Yeah.
3.5.
Yeah.
And you got 10.
I got 10.
Yeah, you thankful.
Yeah, 1,000%.
What was the fastest you ever ran a 40?
Oh, I was kind of slow. The crazy thing is, I wasn't able to train for the 40 because I had broke my thumb in college. I had got surgery before the bowl game. That was my left thumb. Then the very first play in the bowl game, we played against Oklahoma State and Arizona State. It's called the Cactus Bowl.
Yep.
Very first play, broke my right thumb.
No shit.
So I'm out there with 2 clubs. Like, surgery on the left. I had to go up there and do the tape and half cast on the right. Just out there playing with 2 broken thumbs.
Do they still hurt?
Yes.
They do.
Yes.
Thumbs don't heal, man.
Well, this one doesn't. So
They don't heal.
This is the one I broke, and it still
Hurts.
Yeah.
It's like
Let's
tender.
probably get like arthritis.
Yeah,
or
it's
something
tender in there.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Here's going back to, consequently, the overall likelihood of a high school football player reaching the NFL sits at approximately 0.023%.
That's wild. Now, with that information, do you want your kid to play?
Right.
Do you want your kid to like go somewhere else?
Right. Well, start a business.
You got to be that special.
And you got parents that are crazy, that 10-year-olds are, going to this camp and that camp and this camp. He's the next one, right? And then 12.
What I'm afraid is they burn them out.
I did that with my son, racing motocross.
Like you, some of these kids can handle it, some of these kids can't. And how these parents want to, they might be football all year. It's like, man, some point, they're going to need a break.
Baseball, too.
You're going to break them down.
These parents are crazy. These kids are travel baseball, travel this, travel that. There's no life.
No, at least give them a couple months off before they get into the next sport.
You heard it now, Shaq Thompson, NFL football player. Give your kids a break.
Please.
What else? Was there another statistic you were saying, Garrett?
No, that was. To 0.023% of high school players end up in the NFL is ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
How many push-ups can you do, man?
I'm getting up there. All the injuries, I'm probably getting up to 80 straight.
Whoa.
You can't do 100 push-ups?
No, I'm just saying. I got to get out. I could do 100 straight. It's
You
just
can?
building up to Achilles.
If I put $100 down on the floor, you can do
Oh, for
100.
sure.
That's my man.
For sure.
No, that was one of the.
You don't got to put $100.
No, I'm saying that was one of my challenges. I was going around. I was starting something on my little Instagram. I was going to the gym because I did 100 push-ups. What did I do, like 101? I did them on kettlebells. I can't do them flat because my wrists are real bad.
Yeah.
So when I do, these things called perfect push-ups.
Board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they turn like
Got
this.
them out the house.
And man, I can rep out some damn push-ups. And then my girlfriend's over there like, well, you're not going all the way down. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm not going all the way down? So now I'm like pausing, 1, 2, up, 1, 2, and it is a lot different because once you're getting a rhythm,
No, for sure.
it's like dips. I can do probably 25 to 50 dips in a row, right? And
But once you actually pause,
whether you go all the way down, all the way up.
You
And
did the Mike Tyson push-ups?
what do you mean?
The heels against the wall where you go down, you go up like a V, then go back down.
No.
Oh, man.
No,
Those things right there.
murder.
Man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What?
I look at some of these old challenges, but I was going around and I was going to film with my phone, people that work out, right? Like the heavy lifters, like 400 pounds,
Yeah.
whatever. I was like, man, I'll give you $100. You can do 100 push-ups, and I'll just put $100 down. I was like, drop down to me 100. You can have the 100.
I don't think they could do 100.
They can't. They can't even do 50. These dudes that are like super strong have no endurance.
At all.
9 times out of 10, they don't know how to breathe. Because you'll see over there, and they don't know how to breathe over there, lift the weights, the face all veins coming out, holding their breath and shit.
Yep.
What's the most you ever benched? You know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you?
The most, probably about,
515,
no, Jesus Christ. No.
405.
No. Like 340, 345?
The most you've ever benched?
Mhm.
Get out.
Yeah.
How many can you do?
You
220.
know, I mean, football, like, you don't even got to really be that strong. You know what I
220.
mean?
You gotta be
Like,
fast.
You just got to be fast. You got to be mobile. You got to be smart. You got to be you got to just be IQ crazy, right? Like,
IQ crazy.
you got to be IQ crazy.
Explain that a little bit. Like I'm curious. Like IQ. What does IQ crazy mean?
Just understanding just like alignments, formations, plays they like to run against you, what type of defensive scheme you run, what type of offensive scheme they run. Like Luke Kuechly was probably one of the craziest IQ players I've probably been around.
Dan Morgan
Just knew the OC, the head coach, the GM, the offensive line coach, the whole offensive line. He knew everything about the defense, where people are supposed to be. He knew what to beat the defense. He knew this. He knew the alignments. He knew if they said a certain call, he knew what play it was. It was like learning from this man was just ridiculous.
If you were to go and coach, if you were to give him advice and say, if you want to make it to the NFL and do very successful career in the NFL, the top 3 things that you need to do starting in college to be successful in the NFL, what do you need to do?
I would say being in shape is one of them.
Okay.
You got to be able to, play 60 minutes, 4 quarters. I would say film recognition. And I would just say just being an overall good teammate.
A good teammate.
Yeah, nobody wants an asshole.
You don't want a Dennis Rodman on your team.
Nobody wants an asshole in the locker room. Like, nobody, please. Like, that right there, one asshole would drain a whole team.
It will.
You know what I mean? Like, I've been there, done that.
I was listening to a business coach, and he said the difference between really successful entrepreneurs and not so successful: hire slow, fire fast. So he was just big. He's like, if you want to really be successful, hire slow and fire fast.
Yeah.
And I'm working on that fire fast right now.
Yeah.
I used to hire fast and fire slow, and so now I'm reversing it, and then it's helping.
I was going to say, how's that working out for you?
I'm having less friends,
There we go.
but I'm making more success.
The ones that's supposed to be in your life are the ones that's supposed to be in your life.
The thing is, define a friend for you. Like, what is a friend to you?
I don't really have friends. I call if I call you, I call you my brother. I don't really have friends. Like if you're in my circle, you're my brother.
Okay.
Now, in that circle, it might be a smaller circle.
That's true.
You know what I mean? To where it's like, nah, like I'm gonna tell him everything, more than I'm gonna tell my other brothers everything. So
Right.
I don't think I really got a friend. Like if I put my trust in you and I trust your loyalty and you're loyal to me, you're my brother.
Yeah.
Right?
I get that.
And that's just how I feel.
Friends
Friends are people I just
quaint. Hey, man, what's
yeah,
up?
yeah, you know what I mean? Like I remember your face, but I don't remember your name.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's a friend. Like, but if I remember you and see that you're my brother, you're my family. You know what I mean? And I expect nothing but greatness from you.
Maybe I'll work. I'm a cousin right now.
I'm a cousin.
Shaq's like, there are two circles, and you ain't even the first one
I'm
yet.
in between friend and brother. I'm cousin right now. You know, it's crazy. No, that's cool. Do you have a problem telling another man you love him?
Nah.
I do that all the time.
I get off
my
my
girlfriend.
phone. I get off my phone, my brothers, my
I love you,
teammates,
man.
and be like, yeah, I love you, bro.
That's me. I'm one of those, man. I'm one of those. My girlfriend used to say, "You tell everybody you love them." I don't tell everybody I love them.
Yeah.
I tell the people that mean something to me I love them.
1,000%.
But I had to stop telling all the girls I love them because then they started, getting jealous.
Yeah, I only do that with my brothers.
Yeah, I do it with my brothers too.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. So a couple of my coworkers and stuff like that, I really do love them because
people you really care about.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. I reach out to people sometimes, and what I consider a brother is someone that calls me when they need nothing. Call me when you need nothing, just to say what's up, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, I ain't heard from you in a minute. What's
Yep.
going on, man? You good? Don't need anything. The best relationship you can have with somebody is when you don't need shit. Just reach out, saying what's up.
1,000%.
Yeah, if somebody's looking fat, tell them they're looking fat. I was in the gym one day, and this dude, he looked fucking good. And I said, get the fuck away from me. He goes, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm the best looking guy from here over. You need to go on that side of the gym.
Fucking up my view.
I said, you making me look bad, bro. Go over there and do legs or something. And he was over there with his arms. I'm like, dude was probably 25. And he started dying laughing. And we'd seen it, because we're all in the gym, and you're always working out with different people.
Did you put the $100 down?
He would probably get it. This is dude probably, yeah, he would probably get it. He used to play rugby, and he's a beast. But no, I was just make jokes.
Yeah.
But guys in the gym admire other guys more than they even pay attention to the girls.
Oh, for sure.
Is that not
Because you want to look like that someday.
right? Who'd you want to look like when you were in the gym? Like, was there a guy on the team where you're like, dude's ripped, naturally genetic,
Yeah, this is dude, a Darius Glanton.
Darius Clanton?
Yeah, he was one of my linebacker teammates, and he was a strong, just country man. He
Country-
was
yeah,
country
yeah,
strong.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And we used to have, like, my rookie year, we used to do like these 315 Fridays, and just whatever you rep out until you hit one, all you get up to 315, and you try to go for 5. I remember he didn't warm up, didn't nothing. We had 315, just came in there 10, boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, racked it left. I was like, bro, what? There's no way. We had to warm up from 225 to get 315. You just start off 315 and just repping.
Country strong.
Country strong.
Yep. He was
Corn
ripped.
fed.
Rip.
All right, I'm going to go another direction. When did you get your first tattoo?
17.
17.
Yep.
Well, now you had to be 18, right?
My mom let me get it.
No shit?
Mhm.
Where was it? What was
Right
it?
here.
What's it
It
say?
says God's gift. That's back in the day.
How many you got? You even know?
Nah, I got a
Too
whole
many.
sleeve, both sides. Got a whole leg sleeve, hands tatted.
What's a tattoo represent for you?
Just everything I went through in my life.
Story?
Yep,
It's your storyboard?
yep.
Yep.
So
I got this one in Tokyo. It just means I'm a badass motherfucker.
does,
At least
yeah.
that's what I think it says. So, and the Asian guy goes, it doesn't Google Translate. It doesn't Google Translate. I'm like, it does for me. I don't know anybody else that speaks this language. So that's why I
That's
like.
funny as shit.
So I don't know. And then it was getting into tattoos. I got like a chest tattoo. It comes here. So Bill Goldberg, the wrestler Goldberg, he's actually a friend of mine now. He wants me to fly out there and do a podcast with him in his place. And he and I met a couple years ago at SEMA. I had his old tattoo on my arm right here, which is like a little tattoo thing because I used to watch wrestling and I was like, man, that's cool. He's back beast, and that's who I wanted to be like,
Yeah,
right?
thanks.
And then I got a little older, shaved my head, got a little more muscular, and I had that tattoo when I had hair. I was a little nerdier, and got my shaved head, and then got some more muscles, and then about COVID hit, and my buddy Eddie got a sleeve. He's like, Mike, you need to get this. My tattoo artist, blah blah blah. Well, over COVID, nobody could have a shop to work in.
Right.
So he came to the house, and he goes, Mike, you're actually a little too cool to have the '80s tattoo. And I was like, dude, just make something cool. And he started doing all this stuff and shading everything and chilling my chest and everything. And I look back at that old tattoo and I look at the one now and I'm like, whoa, like I'm definitely looks better. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's sexy.
You
come a
haven't
long way.
trading that old C6?
I'm up to a C8 now. At least C8 in it, right? C8 in it. Nah, that's cool, man. What else you want to talk about? Anything you want to talk about?
I mean, you already know what I would like to talk about, but I can't talk about it right now.
Yeah,
So
we'll have you back on.
So
We got another podcast we're gonna do. We're gonna talk business.
Yeah.
Right now, I just wanted to get you on the air and talk some shit and realize that you're a chill dude. So most of the athletes that play in the NFL, you know, the representation that you have represented for the Carolina Panthers and who you are as a person, you're an awesome guy, like genuinely an awesome guy. And I think when you meet athletes, you have a built-up persona of who they are, like almost a fake image,
sure.
right?
It's because you meet all these other athletes, and the ones you meet are just like, they might be assholes. Now you just think, you know, everybody in the NFL are assholes. You know what I mean? It's like, but not everybody is like that, right? Like, not everybody's like that. I'll tell you what, the whole Panthers organization team this year, everybody will probably be just like me, cool as hell.
Just cool.
And just, you know what I mean?
Where are they coming, man? You think they're ever going to win again?
They need to. And I definitely think they do. I definitely think they got the right personnel in there.
It takes time, don't it?
It definitely takes time.
Me looking at the quarterback of the Panthers, I'm like, this dude is so skinny. He looks kind of frail, but he's not.
No.
He's the real deal.
He's the real deal.
He's fast.
He has some good speed.
Okay.
Like, deceptive speed when you'd be like, yeah, he's not that fast. But once he gets going, right? Like, I know you're not a big sports guy, but if you watch the last, like the month, maybe month and a half, or since he took over back starting, if you watch that, I mean, he was a whole different quarterback from his first year.
Do you think benching him for a couple games got him reset?
I think so.
Kind of got his head right?
It got his head right. He got to actually see how it's supposed to be done and how it's supposed to be run, right? And I think it was a good thing, you know. And it's turned out to be that way so far right now. So I think so, you know what I mean? Because like coming in as a rookie, everybody thinks like first pick, oh, he has to start. No, he doesn't have to start. He needs to learn. He needs to understand.
It's a different game.
It's a different game. It's a different monster. It's different stuff you got to read. It's different checks, different this and that. It's just like we had Andy in our back pocket. You know what I mean? I know they were talking. I know Andy was helping him, but Bryce is probably more like a visual guy. Let me see. And, you know, once he got benched, he got to see it. He got to understand it. And when he got that chance, he took off and ran with it. You know what I mean? He became more vocal. The guys started seeing that, and they started riding for him. And that's what he needed to do. And he took over that team and everybody in that, you know what I mean? Now he's the face.
Did you start your rookie year?
No.
No.
But I played.
Who did you play behind?
I played behind Luke and TD.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Luke was the man.
Yeah.
Did he have concussions?
Yeah, that's why he got out.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Have you had any?
College.
College.
Thankfully.
What causes a concussion in your eyes? Like what's like the thing to stay away from if you're playing football? Just head to head.
Just head to head. You know what I mean? But even like turf, right, or the ground surface. Mm-hmm. You go up for a ball, and you come down. You can't control the impact of your head snapping back. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't control that. So, I mean, tackling wise, you could control it, but going up for a ball and all that.
Do you think that the helmets in college were not as good as the helmets you have in the NFL?
I think they're about the same. They're built by the same company.
Yeah, I know, but you're a more valuable athlete in the NFL. Do you think you would have the best technology in the planet?
I mean, I think so, but you know what I mean? You still got to work on that.
Do they have air?
They used to have air. Now they do custom.
They mold it to your head?
Yep. They used to do air. They still have the air ones. You know what I mean?
You get to pick what kind of helmet you want?
Yeah. They got a whole list of like good helmets, bad helmets, terrible helmets, like, and you just get to choose off of that list. You know what I mean? Most people go custom though, because they want that personal helmet feel, fit to my head, squeeze in my head. I can put it on whenever.
Did you have headphones in there where you could?
Yeah, if you're the quarterback, you got them. So in practice, all the quarterback has them. All the Mike linebackers have them. Then in the game, it's just the quarterback and the Mike linebacker.
Who the hell's talking to you?
The DC. It's either the head coach.
What is he saying? Run faster, hit harder.
Nah, he'll say something like that. He'll be like, "Hey, tell the guy to start hustling," or "Hey, tell so and so to be in his gap," or "Tell so and so to play off," or you know what I mean. So you got to be his voice.
See, I think a lot of people don't realize that they can talk to you on the field.
Yeah. They can talk. They get up to 15 seconds. After 15 seconds on that clock, it cuts off.
So quarterback
and linebacker. It could be linebacker. It could be safety. It could be corner.
But you only get one on defense and one on offense.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
And you had it in your helmet.
Yep. It's usually the guy.
Team leader.
It could be that or vocal, most communicating type
Right.
of guy.
A locker room guy, somebody respect.
Yeah. That's who you want.
Somebody
like,
who's gonna.
that's who you want.
Everybody,
talking.
somebody who's universal that everybody will listen to.
No, for sure. You got to have that voice.
Yep.
Like, because if you look at certain teams, like, it's not always the Mike linebacker, right? You might see the safety with the green dot. So if you got the green dot, that's who's calling the plays. You
Okay.
know what I mean? So back when the Rams, I believe, have won the Super Bowl, they brought Eric Weddle back, right? And out of retirement, and he had the green dot, and he played safety. So
Okay.
it's just a whole,
Got
it
it.
just depends, you know what I mean, who's your best communicator, who's your leader, and who's going to get the defense ready to go.
How many brothers is it? 4?
4.
How many sisters? One?
I got half sisters, but I grew up with 4 brothers.
4 brothers.
Yeah.
So it was a tough house.
Yeah.
Did you have
I'm
to
the
fight?
baby.
Did you have to fight for food?
Nah, my mom did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What'd you eat when you were a kid, man?
Chicken.
Chicken? Nuggets?
Nah, my mom used to make fried chicken. My mom used to make the best fried chicken, man. I swear, everybody in Sacramento knew about
You
her
just
chicken.
ate chicken.
That's all she would. Well, she would cook other stuff, you know what I mean? Whatever she could afford and stuff like that. But mainly, it was fried chicken.
What's your favorite meal? You go right now,
If I go right now,
like off season. I'm ready off season. I'm ready to go put some calories on. Where are you going?
culture-wise,
I don't give a shit.
I'm gonna go.
Like, wait, if you had one meal, and
This is my favorite question. If I had one meal, culture-wise, I'm gonna go Hispanic food.
no shit,
No.
Hispanic food. What about you, Garrett?
Ooh, being a Mexican, I'd still go Italian.
Italian. For sure.
Really good pasta. That'd be.
Mine's pot roast.
Pot roast?
Oh, good one.
My mom, man, she ruined me, man. Carrots and potatoes and gravy.
Yep.
And I would ruin it with A1. I don't give a shit. I like
You know
A1,
some,
man. I love my A1. So you got a nutritionist cooking you food?
Yeah, I got a chef.
You
But
do?
I use him now here and there. I started getting into cooking my damn self.
Uh-huh.
So,
So what's a chef do for you? Comes over there and cooks your breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
nope. He just cooks at his house, and I go pick up the meals for the week and just have them for the week.
Good meal prep.
Yeah. Well, you put them like little
Yeah.
containers.
Yeah.
Just eat them up.
Yep.
Breakfast too, or just dinner?
We do breakfast and dinner.
What do you eat for breakfast?
It just
What's-
depends.
What's your go-to?
It
Berries,
depends,
nuts,
though.
granola,
Sometimes
yogurt.
I don't even eat breakfast.
That's horrible.
Sometimes I might like the morning might just be my fasting time.
Oh, okay.
You
I
know
hate
what I
eating
mean?
lunch, man. I won't eat lunch. Lunch is stupid. It's like the
You don't
work.
like lunch?
Hell no, man. I'm too busy working, man. My
See, that
phone's
could
on.
be your fasting time, man.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
So I'm at the gym 6, eat at 8, 8:30, and then I eat again at 6.
Yeah.
So it's like 6 to 6.
There was times where I just eat one time a day.
And you still got, what do you weigh, like 230, 240?
Yeah, probably 240.
Yeah. What do your normal play weight at?
235.
235? And you're what, 12% body fat?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah. See, I'm good, man. I just
Somewhere around
sized
there.
you up, bro.
Yeah, somewhere right. Somewhere around there. You know what I mean?
What do you think your hair weighs?
A good 10 pounds.
And on that note, we should end.
A good 10 pounds.
No, I'm like, it weighs like, how many,
got
what do you, it's pretty heavy, I bet.
No, it's definitely heavy.
It's like 4 or 5 pounds at
Yeah,
least.
no.
Yeah.
At least.
How's the helmet fit in that thing?
Fits amazing. Like I said, I got a custom helmet. So it fits perfect.
Does it really? Is it just a wider fit?
No, it literally just fits my head. So they do this whole like scan, put it
And then you just-
on, and it just fits. It don't matter.
Does it hurt?
In the cold, you just gotta heat it up because that shit will get tight. You know what I mean? But other than that, no.
You ever played any games like frozen games, snow
I
games?
played in Green Bay. It was snowing. That was dope. Buffalo, it snowed. That was dope. But I think
How did you feel on the field? Like your hands numb? Are you just cold as shit?
it's my feet.
It's your feet?
My feet. You gotta watch the feet, man. Them feet get stepped on, it's over.
Really? It's a brittle.
Over.
It's
It
brittle.
is
You
over.
could break them.
Yes, 1,000%. I remember we played. I think it was 2021. We were playing the Detroit Lions, and I guess we had some like cold storm pass through Charlotte, right? And it froze the field. So they're trying to put these. They had probably like 6 heaters out there, probably like before the game. Bro, that field was like concrete,
Yeah.
straight concrete. Them heaters ain't do nothing.
What, you didn't wear like like when you go skiing, you wear those little heat things in your feet?
Yeah, it didn't even matter. It was the surface. The surface was just
it
terrible.
Right.
You
And
know what
do
I
you
mean?
change your
It
cleat
wasn't-
size for stadiums?
You can. They recommend like
You have like a
studs
1 inch,
if
2
you
inch,
go-
3
Yeah,
inch.
it depends on like if it's grass or turf. You know what I mean? If it's grass, of course they're gonna say go with the studs. You know what I mean? Go 1 inch, 2 inch. But
Hey, another question. how's the marijuana in the league? Is it different now? Because I mean, I used to know Julius Peppers back in the day, and that dude was high all the time.
Pep.
Yeah,
Pep's
and
cool
he's a cool cat, man. He came to Carolina, and I tended a bunch of cars for him, man. He came in his entourage, man. To me, he was always high.
Yeah, Pep is cool as hell. I don't know what he does, but
I'm just saying, how does the league?
So we get tested one time a year.
But it's legal though.
No, not in the league.
You still.
It might be legal in some states, but it's not legal.
But it's good for like. I mean, I've had a lot of athletes say it's good. Like even the UFC guys, it's good for like pain, sleeping. There's a lot of benefits
I think
for
we
it.
might be the only sport that still tests for marijuana.
But I mean, you
I
get
don't
caught.
think
What's
that's
that? What's that?
If you get back in the day, they suspend you. Now I think it's just they find you, put you in a program, maybe.
That's it.
Yeah.
But how often do you get tested?
You only get marijuana. You only get tested one time a year.
One time a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you're in the program, you're gonna get tested multiple times a month.
Got it.
I mean, they say it's random, but sometimes it don't be random. I remember Eric Reed one time. What year was this? 2018, 2019, somewhere around there. He got tested. This is when all that political stuff with him kneeling and all that. He got tested literally like every week, bro, for 17 weeks straight.
No
it
way.
was crazy. It was like, random my ass. So it was just stuff like that.
I mean, can you tell when you're in the gym or other teams, you're like, that dude's juicing? Can you
Nah, some dudes just really lift weights.
They're that good.
Yeah, they're just really that
But like
strong.
you've been playing football since you were a peewee.
Yeah.
So you started playing when you have 4 brothers. You're the youngest, so you had to probably put in a little extra work because you had older brothers that were playing.
Yep.
And you just been working your whole life, and your body just becomes a football, athlete.
Yeah.
When you play peewee ball, you started what, like 7, 8?
No, when I first started, I started at 5.
5 years old.
Yeah.
No
I
shit.
started at 5. My favorite first position was right guard.
That's funny, man. But hey, Shaq Thompson, I appreciate you coming on here and giving the audience a little love and telling people who you are. And the next time we come on, we're gonna talk business.
Yep.
And good luck on the rehab and figure out what team you're gonna be signing with.
For
So,
sure, right?
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, man. Gotta look for culture.
Well, the thing is, they're gonna be getting a deal.
Oh, for sure. Wherever the team is, they're definitely getting a deal.
They're getting a deal.
They're getting a deal.
But you're gonna come out and you're gonna give your best and you're gonna go out and prove people because you want to go out the way you want to do it.
1,000%.
That's what's up.
That's the only way.
Cool.
Anyway, Garrett, thanks for being on the air.
Mike,
Appreciate
Thanks
it,
for
brother.
listening.
Thank you.
And Shaq Thompson, my man.
Man, appreciate you.
Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you.
All right, y'all be good.